Donald Trump just crossed the line. Last week, he vetoed two bills that would have helped at least 50,000 Americans get clean water and would have helped the Native American tribe reclaim land stolen by Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, just to get revenge. And he fucked over his own supporters to do it. This isn't a surprise to me because to these MAGAs out here, like, I didn't think the leopards would eat my face. Well, you voted for the leopards eating faces party. This just proves how far Donald Trump is willing to go to get revenge on people who cross him. This is Pragmotiv News, and I'm Cam. Donald Trump just did something despicable. He vetoed two bills out of spite because he was mad at a certain congresswoman in a Native American tribe. Let's start in Florida. Trump vetoed H.R. 504, the Miccosukee Reserved Area Amendments Act. Check out Midas Touch's explanation of that.
That was one of the acts that Donald Trump vetoed. The other involves the Miccosukee tribe, which has its tribal and ceremonial lands in the Everglades area, where the Trump regime, working alongside DeSantis, ignored the tribal rights, tribal claims, ownership of the land by the Miccosukee tribe, and they built the Alligator Alcatraz concentration camp on the ceremonial grounds of the Miccosukee tribe. As Anna Cabello says, in July, the Miccosukee tribe sued Florida and the federal government over the hastily built immigrant detention facility in the Everglades, a place the Miccosukee call home. Trump just vetoed funding for a water project for the tribe, supported on a bipartisan basis, and in Trump's veto, he cites their opposition to his immigration policies. So he's retaliating against the Miccosukee, he's retaliating against Boebert and Colorado. I mean, these are some dastardly acts.
Well, he is a dastardly varmint, so it doesn't surprise me. So just keep all that in mind while I move on to what he did to Colorado. On Monday last week, Trump vetoed another bipartisan bill, H.R. 131, to finish the Arkansas Valley Conduit Act. This one would have provided 50,000 Americans in southeast Colorado with clean drinking water by finishing a long-planned pipeline. He vetoed clean water because right now, people there are stuck with toxic, contaminated water that costs them more and harms their health. Trump killed that bill. The reason, I believe, is because he's feuding with Lauren Boebert. Trump is pissed at Boebert because she signed the discharge petition and then subsequently voted to force the release of the Epstein files. And that's all. That's all she did. That's the crime. She voted for the transparency. And Trump is terrified of what's in those files, so he did what he always does when someone defies him. He went after the people instead. Because when Trump is mad at a politician, he doesn't argue with them. He punishes their district, which means their people, families, kids, seniors. 50,000 people told to deal with dirty, toxic water because Trump's feelings got hurt. So Lauren Boebert gave this statement to Colorado's 9 News and said this. And I want y'all to really hear it. Really listen to this. Boebert said, quote, President Trump decided to veto a completely non-controversial bipartisan bill that passed both the House and the Senate unanimously. If this administration wants to make its legacy blocking projects that deliver water to rural Americans, that's on them. Boebert then says she hopes this veto has nothing to do with political retaliation for calling out corruption and demanding accountability. Americans deserve leadership that puts people over politics. So that's it, Lauren. You can't even say his name directly. Trump does the vetoing, not the administration. The president vetoes. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, and you, Lauren, voted to release them. And in response, he denied 50,000 of your constituents a pipeline for fresh drinking water. And that's all you had to say. Shit, if it was me, I would have been in red form. Any normal functional human being would have denounced Trump by name immediately, loudly, proudly, publicly, without hesitation. Because this isn't politics, it's cruelty. It's abuse of power. It's punishing civilians because your feelings got hurt. So, MAGA, let me ask you something directly. Is this what y'all want? Is this okay with y'all? Because the part of Colorado Trump did this to is Southeast Colorado, which is very Republican, deep red, Trump country, as y'all like to say. These are mostly his voters, his people, and he still did it. That's the part that you need to understand, MAGA. He wasn't hurting Democrats. He wasn't hurting liberals. He wasn't hurting the enemy. He was hurting y'all directly. I don't care who you voted for. It's never okay for the president of the United States to intentionally inflict pain on people because he was defied. That is never okay. Imagine if Joe Biden did this to Florida or Texas. If Biden blocked clean drinking water to 50,000 Republicans because he was mad at Ron DeSantis or Greg Abbott, Trump and the Republicans will be losing their damn minds. Fox News will be on fire. There will be wall-to-wall coverage, tyranny, weaponization, dictator, un-American. But when Trump does it, it's silence and excuses. This is a man who sees the presidency as a weapon, not a responsibility. Donald Trump doesn't care about you. I don't know how many times we have to say it. You voted for this. You voted for the old orange bastard 3 times. You contort yourselves in pretzels defending him at all costs. And he still fucks over you just to soothe his ego. Donald Trump does not give 2 shits about you unless you are a billionaire, which most of you aren't. He will lose no sleep over making these people in Colorado who voted for him 3 times. Again, I'm going to keep saying that. He will lose no sleep making them continue to live with contaminated water because someone dared to defy him. That's who he is. Now here's the tea. This is where it gets even better. Congress had enough of Trump's bullshit. Congress is in full revolt, and a veto override vote may come a few days from now, on January 8th. According to the House Press Gallery post on X Twitter, the chair asked for unanimous consent to consider veto messages for H.R. 131 and H.R. 504 on January 8th, 2026. Agreed to without objection. So it begins. Republicans are breaking with Trump on the record. His grip on the GOP is slipping. And with midterm elections this fall, Republicans know they can't keep defending and blindly going along with Trump because they see the writing on the wall. The Republicans are poised to get trounced in the 2026 midterms. This fall, I might add. That means MAGA Mike Johnson's days as Speaker of the House are numbered. And Trump's bully tactics aren't working like they used to. Trump is desperate and he is a lame duck. Smash that like button and subscribe with that bell on so you'll be the first to know when we post. And you can find us everywhere you get your podcasts. places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Audible. So that's all for me today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.